Matthew.
Well, I was excited to see how we were going to come out tonight after playing, a decent game on Thursday, picking up a good win at home, and we're trying to get some momentum. And to start the game, I really felt like defensively for the better part of the first half, we did a tremendous job of guarding them and making it tough on them. Unfortunately, offensively, we didn't do a good job of attacking. We settled for a lot of three-point shots when we had an advantage on getting the ball inside to Aug and Mike, and our guards continued to shoot shots, and you try to sub guys in and out, and they keep doing the same thing, and it's very frustrating that we're not learning from some of the mistakes that we've made in previous games. And late in that first half, I think we were up 7 or 8, and we floated 2 passes across the middle of the floor, really careless turnovers that led to 4 points, and it got them excited, and it kept them in striking distance. And we came out to start the second half, much like we did to end the half, with very little energy and effort. And then when you're a team on the road, you try to find ways to hang around and make a spurt. And Monroe did that. They were excited for each other. They were together, and our team is not very together. When we miss shots, we let that affect us how we're going to play defensively, and when you do that, that's a very bad recipe.
Stat stands out as just a shooter in the second half. Just couldn't get anything to go.
Yeah, and I think I think it was really a carryover from the first half. We 3 for 16 from 3, and we probably should have. There's 4, 5, 6 of those shots that I can even think of off the top of my head without looking at the film that we didn't give another look to our post players, and we did that on Thursday night. We gave them a second and third post touch, and tonight when Monroe would double the post and we'd throw it back out, we wouldn't throw it back in there, and we got real anxious, and it really carried over, and those missed shots continued to compound, and like I said, it affected how we guarded. They shot 48% from the floor in the second half, and that's just not acceptable.
Michael was in here a few minutes ago and said he thought practices just weren't good this week. I mean, did you see that, or is that anything
practice Friday was awful. Earlier in the week we had good practice, and I'm sure he was alluding to practice yesterday. You come off a big win, and you hadn't gotten a win in a while, and there's a maturity to handling that. You've got to be able to handle success, and our practice, we went for about an hour and 15 minutes or so on Friday, and it wasn't very sharp. We had to repeat a couple drills and walk through a couple actions multiple times. And it's that attention to detail. And if you want to be a team that's thought of as a championship level team, you've got to bring your lunch pail both physically and mentally every single day. And we're not mature enough to handle that success right now. And at the end of the day, you get what you put into it. And tonight, we didn't deserve to win based on our lack of preparation the day before.
Seemed to take over in the second half. I think he had 14 of his 19. How much of a key was that for them?
Well, he's their best player, and he certainly, did a good job. But 3 or 4 of the baskets that he got in the second half were, to be quite honest, just really bad defense on our part. It wasn't anything that he was doing or not doing. It was, we were latched onto guys, and we were feeling sorry for ourselves because we weren't making shots, and and that lack of energy and effort really affected him. He made a couple nice moves, but it was really a collection of our poor defense.
Michael just seemed to play really hard tonight. I mean, maybe it didn't turn out that way point wise. I mean, or that sort of thing, but 12 boards, and it just seemed like he was pretty tough around the basket at times.
Yeah, at times, he played well, and and that's where our problem really lies. We've got guys at times will play really hard and do some things, but they can't sustain it for whatever reason. And you look at Mike; he's 3 for 4 around the basket, and he's 0 for 4 from 3. So maybe he needs to shoot 2 less threes and take the ball to the basket. And we got to understand, what makes us good, what makes us successful, and I've got to do a better job of getting through to these guys what we need to do on the offensive end of the floor to be successful. But at times, players got to step up and be able to make plays on their own.
Hawk had 18, but he was stuck on 12 for a good part of the second half. That just kind of emblematic of how the second half went.
Yeah, it was a lack of. We would give him one post touch, and then he would get doubled and throw it back out, and not be very aggressive reposting, or we wouldn't look to get him the ball back. And I thought he started to be more assertive in the last 4 or 5 minutes, but some of those things that he was doing then, I want to see that to start the second half. I mean, we got him the ball, I believe it was twice there before the first media, and just wasn't real sharp with it.